Hello everyone, and welcome to Bullying Emerald Weapon. So to start, I'm going to show you guys how to beat Emerald Weapon in under a minute without glitches. So we're going to set Barrett up with Mime and Command Counter, 6 pairs, and give Cloud a W item materia. We're going to set the ATB to wait and the battle speed to slow. Barrett's limit break needs to be maxed out and set to level 3. So to start, we're going to use 2 hero drinks on Barrett. Hero drinks will increase Barrett's stats by about 50%, and it stacks up to 4 times. Barrett will use Anger Max. Emerald Weapon will use Emerald Shoot. Once it hits Barrett, then Barrett will counterattack with Anger Max 6 times. So it takes about 1 minute and 11 seconds to kill him this way. In order to set up for Barrett's Overflow glitch, we must have the missing score equipped and load it with maxed out Knights of the Round materia. Those HP pluses are there because those Knights of the Rounds are going to put us at very low HP. And we also must have the Fury Ring equipped for Berserk, and Cloud must have the W item materia. Barrett's missing score weapon works based on the total amount of AP you have loaded on it, and Knights of the Round has the highest max AP of any materia. I won't go into the details of the number crunching because I don't care, and I also ripped this off of another YouTube video. So Cloud is going to use 2 hero drinks on Barrett. And because Barrett is already in Berserk, thus setting up the numbers correctly, he's just going to inject a buttload of marijuana into Emerald Weapon's poop chute and kill him in 1 shot. When you equip counter-type support materia such as Command Counter, or in this case, Final Attack, the materia will proc in the order that it is equipped. In this setup, I have Final Attack and Revive paired first to offset the lack of HP as a result of having HP-MP swap equipped. After that, I have 2 sequences of Final Attack Steel and Final Attack Knights of the Round, ending in 2 pairs of Final Attack Steel. Now, we're going to beat Emerald Weapon without pressing a button. I decided not to use Vincent's Overflow glitch because I'm not interested in explaining the mathematics, and we've already seen 1 Overflow glitch demonstrated. Vincent has an even cooler glitch available though. Mug canceling. By equipping any rifle-type gun where Vincent twirls it backwards before firing, using Mug with that weapon will completely cancel out the animation of the next attack queued up. In this case, it's Final Attack and Knights of the Round. So the game registers Vincent having casted Knights of the Round, and it deals all the damage of having used Knights of the Round without the long boring-ass animation actually playing. So you see Vincent's MP pool draining on the first 2 Mug usages. Every time Emerald Weapon attacks, Vincent revives himself, and then is final attacking with Knights of the Round twice in the background, while Mug cancels the animation. So we don't even have to lay a finger on the controller, and Emerald Weapon dies fairly quickly. So even when Emerald Weapon has its eyes out, it dies. Lastly, we have Solo Cloud, no materia. Cloud is under Fury for fast limit break gain. I have the Ragnarok equipped since it is the best weapon that Cloud has, as Ultima Weapon has diminishing attack power the lower Cloud's HP is. If his HP is too low, Ultima Weapon will do an abysmal amount of damage when we use Omni Slash. Mistile is also the strongest armor in the game. By equipping Sprint Shoes and lowering the battle speed to about half in the game's options menu, we tweak the ATB just enough so that we can input commands and react to Emerald Weapon accordingly without going too slow. The reason we don't want to go too slow is because we don't have the underwater materia equipped, so we only have 20 in-game minutes to complete the fight. In Emerald Weapon's normal phase, he will use Emerald Shoot and Stomp. When he uses Emerald Shoot, we use an elixir to recover. When he uses Stomp, Mistile will soak enough damage for us to be able to use one hero drink before we have to heal. When Emerald Weapon opens its eyes, it will use Emerald Beam, which is a percent-based attack. Really, this phase has more bark than bite, so all we have to do is soak damage and wait for Cloud's limit break to charge. Then we just use Omni Slash on him after using an elixir. Don't worry about the eyes too much. They don't really do that much damage, and the MP drain doesn't even matter because we don't have any materia equipped. These eyes all attack in a sequence. It's just a 4-hit combo. But speaking of not having any materia equipped, when he uses Airtam Storm, it will not do a single point of damage. So the only things we really have to worry about in this phase are the two eyes attacking and Emerald Beam. One other thing to note is if we use too many hero drinks, then Cloud will not take enough damage so to be able to gain enough limit breaks. You won't be able to use Omni Slash enough to kill Emerald Weapon before the timer runs out. So we can only use a maximum of 2 hero drinks in order to strike that balance between Cloud's damage output and him being able to take just enough damage for his limit break to fill up relatively fast. Basically, while Emerald Weapon's eyes are out, Omni Slash will target those. We want to eliminate them as quickly as possible so that all subsequent usages of Omni Slash will deal as much damage to Emerald Weapon as possible. Once all the eyes are killed, the Emerald Weapon will use 1, possibly 2 more attacks before shifting back into Phase 1. You can see Emerald Beam gave us like about 66% of our limit gauge. So once he uses Emerald Shoot here, it's only going to deal about 3,000 damage. The Stomp isn't going to really do a whole lot. Really, all we have to do is just take careful note of how much damage the attack is doing, and that way we know when exactly to use an elixir. So you can see that Emerald Shoot is now doing like 3,000 damage or something like that now. Not a whole lot, really. But we still need to be able to build up our limit break fast enough. Just gonna wait it out. Just let him keep wailing on us. He'll use Emerald Shoot one more time. And we want to try to squeeze off Omni Slash before his eyes open up. But we weren't able to. So he uses Emerald Beam here. Fortunately, he doesn't use Emerald Beam twice in a row. If he did, we would just be dead. Now the eyes are attacking. The only thing that we have to worry about is another Emerald Beam at this point. Because Emerald Beam is probably his strongest attack. We're not really going to be able to do a whole lot of damage right about now. Like, not until he uses Emerald Beam again. When Emerald Beam happens again, that's when we want to use an Elixir. The eye did exactly enough damage in order to charge our limit break there. There's Airtam Storm again. Airtam Storm does 111 damage for each materia you have equipped. Final eye is dead. Emerald Weapon will use Emerald Beam one more time. So our limit break will be charged about 2/3 to 3/4. And after that Emerald Beam, he shifts back into phase 1 again. So he's going to use Emerald Shoot again. He's not going to use Emerald Beam here or anything like that, so we can just go ahead and use Omni Slash immediately because his next attack is not going to deal enough damage to kill us. So at this point, there's not much we can do except wait for the next phase. There it is. Because of the 2 hero drinks we used earlier, it's not going to do like much more than 6,000 damage at most. So just as long as we queue up that elixir as soon as we see Emerald Beam, we should be pretty safe for the rest of the fight. We just got to make sure that we got enough ATB. There's the next 2 attacks. Then Emerald Beam. I'm sure you can imagine what a fiasco this would be if we didn't eliminate one of the eyes that did direct damage. Because, man, look at that. Look at that ATB. And look at these combos. I threw up that elixir for Emerald Beam, but he wound up getting in another set of eye attacks. Emerald Beam one more time. Gotta heal up so that Emerald Shoot doesn't kill us. On the off chance that it does do enough damage to actually kill us here. I didn't actually take note of how much damage Emerald Shoot would do against Cloud at this point in the fight. But this is roughly about the point where Emerald Weapon takes the most damage. Once we've used Omni Slash, once again, gotta wait out until the next phase. Because we're not gonna get enough limit breaks unless he starts using Emerald Beam. Emerald Shoot will fill our shit just a little bit. He always uses Emerald Beam right after the phase change. So even if you have that elixir equipped, or that elixir queued up, you have to be ready to heal. This time. We got 3 of the eyes down. So he has to use Emerald Beam twice in order for us to get max limit break. The eyes will not be available to help us along for another cast of Omni Slash. All we have is that one MP shooting eye, just wasting our time. Also, I'm pretty sure Emerald Beam is actually percent based. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So Emerald Beam can't even really kill you. Just kidding, guys. Roughly 63 to 66% of Cloud's HP gets drained as a result of Emerald Beam. We still want to have as much HP as possible, though. We still want to have as much HP as possible, though, for Emerald Beam, because obviously by having a higher amount of HP for Emerald Beam, then Emerald Beam will do more damage to Cloud, thus filling up his Limit Break faster. The eyes are out. Emerald Beam once again. So in this phase, the only thing that can actually kill us is the eyes. If Emerald drains our HP enough. Now all that's left is these eyes dealing about 1,500 damage to me. Just waiting out, trying to get a limit break. All we need is one more to finish the fight. That being said, thank you for watching. If you liked what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, follow socials, yada yada yada. I'll be uploading a more fully featured Final Fantasy VII Classic video in the very near future, so stay tuned.